Well, hey everyone, it's Kate and Anthony from the Tribal Wellness Movement, and we're really excited to be here with you. Now, you might be watching this at any time of the year, but right now we're kind of kicking off a brand new year, and we're really excited to be sharing with you around our 6-week transformation challenge. Now, funnily enough, we're in the month of January right now, and research shows that by February, over 80% of people have actually kicked their New Year's resolutions to the curb already because they've made unrealistic goals. They kind of made it on a whim. They didn't have a long-term plan or support on how to get there. And we see this time and time again, particularly when it comes to our health and vitality.
Yes, and I think that's because people allow other people's values to be projected on them, and they make goals that aren't in alignment with who they are and where they're headed with their big life purpose.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a big, bold statement, but what I think is unique, or at least part of the recipe of why we do have profound results with this, is we do start with an emotional level. Because if you just go, oh, I want to lose 5 kilos, and you're not attached to why that could be important for you as a mum, as a dad, as an employer, as an employee, as part of your spiritual quest, as part of the values you hold dearest to you, then there's no skin in the game. It's just like, oh, I could do that, I should, because society says. And so part of the process of what we do is we really start with the end in mind, going, if you're going to invest time, energy, finances into some kind of project, then let's make sure we get the outcome that we want.
And to give you a bit of backstory, I mean, we've been in the wellness game for the last 20 years. The Tribal Wellness Movement has been around for over 7. And one of the things that we got really frustrated with what we were seeing in the wellness space is so much information is available out there, which is great, but it also causes confusion and overwhelm. And so we really wanted to create a process that takes you step by step. And like Anthony just said, it's not just, oh, hey, go do this meal plan and lose the weight. We want to address the mindset behind what we do, because often what we discover is that there is patterns and habits and things we do when stress comes along that actually goes into, creating self-sabotaging habits for us. So you can follow a recipe or, an exercise plan, but if you're not addressing all elements of what it takes to create genuine wellness in your body, you're not going to create long-lasting results. And that's what we're all about.
So I guess a little bit of history. Many years ago, we made a documentary called Overfed and Undernourished. And if you haven't seen that, I do encourage you to do so, because it documents a process we took our nephew through at the time. He was 11, he was about 80 kilos. I think his ideal weight should have been about 60. He was, more than half his body fat. His body was body fat. And so it wasn't just a matter of, okay, you are overweight. This was really a health crisis. And so he moved in with us for 4 months, and we had all different experts from all different aspects of wellness. Dr. DeMartini helped with mindset, Dr. Anna Rubinstein, who is all around raising healthy men and transitioning that. And so all different experts who contributed to helping him. And then we had so much response from people going, wow, you helped Liam, can we come live with you? No, you can't. That we made a program that people can follow along in the comfort of their own home. But the cool thing with our program is you also have a mentor. You have someone there to support and guide you who really has got your back. And I don't know about you, but if I said, all right, we're working out tomorrow morning, be at your front step at 5:30 a.m. I will be there waiting for you. Most people are more inclined that they would be there because someone else has got them than if you just said, oh, I should really get up tomorrow at 5:30, and then your alarm goes off and it's a bit windy or a bit rainy or you didn't quite get to sleep on time. It now becomes negotiable with yourself. You have that little, oh, I should, oh, but I should, oh, I really need the sleep. Sleep is good. You got to get all your sleep. I can start tomorrow. So the beautiful thing is, we have a really, I guess, runs on the board. As I said, off the back of that now, we've had 7 challenges, helped thousands and thousands of people across the globe. And you're going to see some of the stories tonight from young, old, male, female, fat, thin. It's not just, and I guess that's the other thing we want to talk about. This isn't a booty challenge. This isn't a body sculpting challenge. Those things happen as a side effect to you getting healthy and well from the inside out.
And, you know, I think that supportive community as well is so important, because for a lot of people, what we find is, I've even had this, you know, I've made some personal resolutions to start this year off, and, you know, I'm not drinking any alcohol, and, you know, really, you know, I'm in my lane. And then I'm getting, oh, hang on, when are you going to drink again? Oh, you better be, you know, drinking in time for my birthday. It's like, hang on a second. So sometimes if you don't have that supportive and you know, environment and community, it's really easy to get off track. So we created this 6-week transformation to really guide you, proven results that we've got time and time, and we'll share stories with you this evening. Eating guides, you know, recipes, amazing whole food nutritionals that genuinely nourish and support your body from the inside out. And really then looking at our mindset and having someone holding your hand and helping you be accountable as well, which is so important along the way. So I think this is sometimes a myth that people kind of go, oh, I can never have that. But the truth is,
Well, I think I can have it.
you can. I'm glad.
Yeah.
You can have the self-confidence and be a role model to your children. And it doesn't matter where you are on your wellness journey right now. I think that's the most important thing. You don't, you know, have to be fit. You don't have to be well. You might be in the prime of your life and you just want to up your game. That's perfect as well. But for a lot of people, they might put off starting on their wellness journey because they're like, well, I don't even know where to start. It's daunting to go to the gym. I don't feel comfortable there. So what do I even do? And what's great about our program is that you're able to do this from home. We kind of call it like a health retreat in the comfort of your own home, but we do encourage you, if you can, to get out, get in outdoors, or if you are a member of a gym, that's all brilliant as well. And so do you want to talk about?
Oh, I just laugh when, I don't know if you've ever done this, you'll go, I'll join the gym once I'm a bit fitter.
Yeah.
Or once I fit into these gym clothes, then I'll go.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, no, just what the great thing about this is you can start straight away. If you have equipment, if you don't have equipment, like Kate said, it's really tailored to meet you where you're at. And one of our principles is think of your health journey like a ladder. And some of you are higher up and some are lower, but it's all irrelevant, because what we know to be true is progress is happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever people are making progress, they're happy. And progress for you is just what's the next rung. And so it might be, okay, I need to reduce sugar. It might be I need to, you know, deal with my tardiness around coffee or alcohol, whatever it might be. And in saying that, it's not about deprivation. Okay, you're going to see we have amazing, yummy recipes. And another principle we follow is called compared to what? So when people go, oh, is milk good or is dairy good? Should I have that? Well, compared to what? Maybe you might want to go for a nut milk instead. Maybe you want to go for, you know, from dairy to a goat's milk. So we do webinars on all of the different aspects. And this is what I really want to highlight. 6 weeks is a good period of time for you to get a lot of patterns, okay, back where they need to be, that will then be long lasting. This is about an education process. So it's not like from 0 to 6 weeks, yes, you'll have a great transformation, as you'll see. All the photos you're about to see are in that 6 weeks. But what I love about this is the word sustainable. It's about the education that you get will then have a lifetime effect.
Yeah.
The habits that you form in the 6 weeks, because they are sustainable, it's not like, oh, I got to the finish line, now I can get back to all the stuff I used to do. Because a fad, if you look at the research, every time you lose weight and rebound, it's harder every time to do that. Your body gets used to then restoring the body fat to look after you. So tonight, I'm so tempted to start educating. So let's stop that. What I want to be able to do is just show you what's included, the results that you can expect. It says there we've had over 18,000 people now who have completed this. And when you start to look at the average body fat that they lose, it's in excess of 53 tonne across those people. But more importantly, you're going to see remiss skin conditions, digestive, immune, nervous system problems, cardiovascular challenges, children, IBS, acne, eczema, psoriasis, all these different challenges that if people start to follow these principles, have a great result. So let's get into this. This is the one thing I want you to take on board if you are at least tempted to jump into this. You've got to get this under wraps. What you resist persists. So you imagine if you look in the middle there at that pendulum and you've got a ball, something hanging there. And if you look at a part of your body that you're potentially not happy with, if you look at a part of your body that, you know, the bit in the mirror where you're like, I don't really want to look at that, or you don't like how you look in a particular pair of clothing, and that's reflective of your self-worth. And really, when I look at wellness, the word wholeness comes to mind. So for you to be well, it's loving all the parts of you. But if you are resisting, what happens is you're pushing that pendulum away. And then, of course, it's going to swing back and hit you. And then you push it again, and it swings back. And I know if you can reflect on your life and see where you've done this. And this becomes a continual frustration for people because they keep pushing, they keep resisting. And what we want to do is be content with where we are. We want to be content and grateful for where we are. And then from that place, set goals on where we would like to be. But if you're doing this to move a part of you and kind of shift it, you're going to have that rebound effect. So I hope you take that on board, because this isn't about, we want to start with the premise that you're already perfect. This is just about you going, what's the next little piece of, what's the next part of the layer that we can peel back? Because what happens through most people's lives is you think about a newborn baby and they're beautiful and they're perfect, and the smell and the skin, it's just like, oh my goodness, what an incredible creation. If you think about the last baby that you held and just you look at that in awe, and you can only have those feelings, you can only identify those feelings if you have them about yourself. And then over time, we're told you can't do that. You're not good. You don't look good in that. Oh, your teeth are crooked. Then you stop smiling. That boy who said something, you know, when you're in year 7, the different comments, what the social media says, the pictures, what we're bombarded with, and all of these things layer and layer and layer on top of us. And so the purpose of this program is not to add another layer of superficiality. I don't even know if that's a word, but I just made it up. Superficiality. What we want to do is you want to reveal. You want to start peeling back. And that means getting vulnerable, okay? And I know that might be scary for people. If we want to make these beautiful, sustainable changes, it's about just acknowledging who you are. You're already whole and complete. You're already perfect. This is a journey of discovery of who you really are. And so you're going to get the impression accurately that this is not just a physical transformation. It's about the mindset. So one of the things that we've included that we super, super love is every day you're going to listen to a meditation. It doesn't mean you have to become yogic or go sit on a mountain, anything like that. It's just something that is going to start to speak to your subconscious mind, where all transformation happens. And I'm super proud that we start there, because that's going to be the basis of the results that you get. Yeah. Second pillar to what we do is about the support, the community. So you're going to get that twofold, maybe even threefold. First level of support is someone who has loved or cared about you enough, has invited you to take a look at this. And so they're going to be your mentor, your buddy, your coach, your person to lean into, lean on, cry. through the process as they guide you. But then also everyone else who is doing this transformation is going to be in a community where they can lean on each other, they can talk to each other. There's going to be other people just like you, whether you're a mum with 3 kids, whether you're single, whether you're a guy, who can actually be there and support you on the off days. Who's had that time where you're so inspired, it's like, yes, let's do this, nothing's going to stop me. And within a few days, the universe tests you and they put something which you perceive to be in the way. And it's just a test. It's just going, do you really want this? Yeah. And if you've got someone to lean on, then you realize they're looking at it from a different perspective. And they go, that's not actually in your way, that's just on the way. That's part of the process of this. And it's one conversation, it's one message, it's one chat with someone else to go, oh yes, thanks for reminding me, I'm back on track. Because we all do that. We all have these times where it's like, yeah, we're in that state of inspiration, but then when it comes to game day, we don't rise to our hopes. We kind of shrink to the level that we've been trained at, or the system or the program. So second level, the second foundation. Remind me the first one. The first one was our mindset. So getting that right. The second one is the support. The third one is around whole food nutrition. So I don't care what diet you look at, whether it's keto, whether it's vegan, whatever it is, the basis of any program that works is getting whole food into your body. Yeah. Getting whole food nutrition, getting a good array of fruits, veg, berries across all the colors of the rainbow consistently. And so when I speak to people, I eat really well. I eat really, really well. But you look at your trolley and what you actually put in there, and you look at what percentage of that is actually whole food, and you might be going, tick, I do really well at that. And then you look at what you actually get into your body, and you might go, oh, and then you go, what do I actually have left at the bottom of the fridge? And it's a vegetable graveyard. It's like we had the best intentions. We got to the organic markets on Sunday and we felt really earthy and connected and got some organic honey and we're just like, ooh. And then by Thursday, Friday, it's like, oh, our best intentions didn't quite match. And especially our children. You know, they were all happy they had the vegan ice cream there, but then they're back to their old habits. So if you actually monitor and track what you put in your body, and then the third one is what stays in your body. So there's this saying, you are what you eat. You actually are what you don't poop, okay? You are what you absorb. And so the next thing is the bioavailability. What are your cells actually taking from what you're putting in? And so this is an area of the challenge that we don't want to leave to happenstance. We don't want to leave it to default. We want to make sure that you have a way that every day you're getting that whole food nutrition into your body in a concentrated form that's cost effective, it's convenient, it takes literally a second, it's straight into your bloodstream, and it's there for your children as well. So Kate's going to go into that a little bit about the whole food products in just a moment.
I will.
And then the third one. No, that was
no,
three.
That's three. You're not.
Number 4. We do have visuals, but I'm going ahead.
You are just.
We're on fire. We want to be fast and punchy. Number 4 is all about motion. Motion causes emotion, which is back to our mindset. But most people's association to the word exercise, go ahead and write down now, when I say exercise, what's the feeling that comes up in your body? It'll be different for everyone. Some will be positive, some will be negative, but just let's have a little check-in. What's your association to the word exercise?
We've got fun, power, energy.
All these people are freaks.
Initially mine was like, blah, blah. I used to dance, so dancing was like so much fun because I was doing something I loved. I didn't even think that exercise was happening.
Hurting,
however,
sweaty.
half and puff, enjoyment, energy, sweaty, vitality, feeling strong and amazing. I love it.
Do I
Do I
have
have to?
to?
Yeah. I used to be exercise. Hell no. I get it, Janae. Totally.
So you think about if someone was observing us as animals, and here we are, and we're going in and we're hopping on treadmills to get our exercise, almost like looking at a hamster on a wheel running around. Or we go inside four walls and we push weights. And I'm not making fun of that because I do it, but I enjoy it. And so sometime again, we buy into, well, if I want to be fit, if I want to have the body, then I exercise like society says I should. And we want to come from a different angle going, if you observe children, if you observe animals in the wild, what are they doing? They're jumping, they're playing, they're swinging around, they're moving all the time. And so there's something that you do that you love to do to move. And it might be dancing, it might be kayaking, it might be surfing, it might be swimming, it might be rock climbing. But you want to do something that lights you up, because we all have an innate need to move. And when you look at our body, which is different parts, anywhere from 70 to 90% water, if water is stagnant, it forms bacteria, it forms algae, it forms viruses. And what we want to do is make sure we're moving that water. We want to move it for two reasons. One is you think about a beautiful flowing stream now and how crystal clear that water is compared to that swamp. So you want the body of a swamp, or do you want the crystal clear energy flowing through you? And the other thing is you have to have a frequency that it gets you vibrating. And so again, if you start at the top with the mindset, and then you have the support, and then you're putting the things in your body that are resonating at a high frequency, and then you're moving, and then your mindset's better, then you got the support, and that downward spiral you may have been on for some time. This just went fuzzy. Now you've got this upward spiral, and now we're back in momentum. And again, we're back onto that rung of going up, where progress equals happiness.
I think it went fuzzy because you're so excited with your hands, and I love what you just shared. I think that the thing that we are all about is simplifying to amplify. And so with the things that Anthony just touched on, we want to help you take out the crap. We want to reduce or eliminate alcohol for a period of time, reduce or eliminate processed foods, start making shifts that will help create long-term habits and really play the long game. So I want to share some amazing transformations with you to give you some visuals and an idea of just the different ways that so many of our amazing members have transformed their world. Check out Amanda's story. In 6 weeks, she lost 22 pounds or 10 kilos, depending on where you live in the world. She kind of started because she hadn't been eating that well or exercising regularly. And the next thing, she's literally transformed her life. It's changing those daily habits that now become their ability to wake up ready for the day, sustainable energy. I just think this is brilliant. It's not an amazing, night and day. Like, you look at the photo, she's got a glow about her. And that's what we're all about. It's about, and that was the beginning of Amanda's transformation and health journey, which is so powerful. The next story I love is that we've got Nicole. Now, Nicole, she had shared with us, she wasn't moving a lot. And, she was on different medication for stomach issues, sinus problems as well, and also tonsillitis. And so, within the 6 weeks, it wasn't just about her losing weight. She lost 4 kilos, actually getting off her medication. And for some of you, you might have been on medications for years, and by no means are we saying go off your medications. This is about working in conjunction with your doctors and being smart about that. But if you're well rested and your body's well nourished, it's going to start functioning better. And so that's where, yes, weight loss will happen probably as a side effect from the choices that you start to make and the change in your mindset and the way you flood your body. But then it's about allowing your body to heal and function at its best. And that's really what we're all about. Another story that I love, Ian, this is such an incredible transformation. 9.8 kilos. You can see the difference in his body, which is amazing. And the biggest thing for him was his mental state and becoming a role model for his son, which was so huge for him. The lightest that he'd been in 16 years. So, you know, I speak to some people and I know what it was like. You know, when I was pregnant, one of my pregnancies, I put on over 20 kilos. That was not a fun process to stare at and kind of actually have to dive back in and to lose that weight. It's daunting, it's scary. You don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to put on workout clothes or anything. And so for some people, you know, this is something that they do get to do from home and take that first step. And I love, you know, Mel was sharing before, this is her third transformation. This isn't something you just do once and go back to your old ways. This is something you continue with, which is really, really powerful. Emily, this was such an amazing story. She lost 6.6 kilos, 36 centimeters off her body. But her biggest thing, and I wish I had a photo to show a picture of her now, she is a completely new woman. The biggest thing for her was her confidence in herself, her energy levels. But now she actually competes in what's those, the ribbons, where the silks? Like, she's turned full gymnast. She is absolutely transformed because her confidence changed, because her internal health changed. It was all a catalyst from that, which is so powerful. Another story, Abby. Now, one of the things that I do love about what we teach and how we, you know, really guide our clients through our program and these challenges, it's an inside job. Health is an inside job. And seeing Abby's transformation, yes, she lost weight, but look at her before and after photos with her psoriasis. Now, that ruled her life. She, you know, when we got to interview her, she literally was not able to go to the beach without having people stare at her. She was so self-conscious. It was just so traumatic for her. And so for her to not just lose weight, but gain amazing confidence and then go to the beach for the first time
9 years.
in 9 years and actually wear a bikini, like, we were all in tears when we just heard that story. And I think, you know, for some of you, you might physically be pretty fit, pretty healthy, but there's some internal stuff going on that you can start to transform by changing your habits and nourishing your body. And so I want to just share with you now, before I share a couple more stories with you, the hero products really that do help our clients get that nourishment into the system every single day, regardless of whether you're vegan, an elite athlete, a pregnant mama, you know, my pop who is 99 years old. Anyone can benefit from more whole food nutrition into their body. And one of the biggest things for us is, you know, when we were looking, we've come across so many different products in the last 20 years of being in the wellness space. So many people would say, hey, check this out, check this out. For me, if it wasn't plant-based and whole foods, I wasn't going to look twice at it. And so the beautiful thing is the partner products that we have as a part of the program that are really the backbone to the nutrition for our clients. Of course, you're eating well. We've got beautiful recipes and ways to get more whole foods in your body. But this is that way to bridge the gap every single day. We've got the products from Juice Plus Company. Now, these products have been around for over 30 years. And essentially, they're a whole food plant-based concentrate. So this is a blend of 30 different plants, fruits, veggies, and berries. And what they do is they pick the produce, whatever it might be, the broccoli, the tomatoes, the whatever fruit, veg, or berry it is, they pick it at the peak of ripeness. Now, for some of us, we're choosing to eat well, right? And we go to the supermarket or we go to the market and we don't know how long ago that fresh food was picked, if it was gas or vine ripened, if it's got herbicides and pesticides on it, how much nutritional value is actually sitting in it. It looks good because it's on the shelf. We don't see produce that's got holes in it and it looks a bit, you know, worse for wear. We only see things that look good. And so what's great about this company is they pick the produce at the peak of its ripeness, not when it looks good, but when it's got the maximum nutrition. Then they gently turn it into like a big slushy. They take the moisture out at a really low temperature and they pop it into the powder into a vegan capsule. So I don't know if that's not gonna, anyway, that's one of the vegan capsules. This is the veggie capsule. And so by having these whole food capsules every single day, of course, drinking lots of water and following the eating guides that we have for you, you're flooding your body and you're giving your cells what they need at a nutritional cellular level every single day. The beautiful thing too, our program isn't just about a mom or a dad or an adult doing the thing while the rest of the family goes and does something else. We're about families making change together. So everything that we have within the program and within the challenge, it's family focused. So for any adult that goes onto the whole food capsules, a child is able to receive our awesome gummies, which is the same product but in a chewable form. I don't know if that's going to zoom in there. In a little gummy form. And so they are absolutely delicious. I was eating our kids' ones earlier today and then they roused on me. And then for our athletes, they'll use them in training. So Anthony trained, he competed in the Hawaiian Ironman. So you'll have them as like a fuel when you're racing as well or training. He's eating them all now. But it's amazing because for any adult on the whole food capsules, a child will receive them for free, regardless of where you live in the world. And you can literally get started in our challenge and on the program for less than a cup of coffee a day, which is pretty cool. We've also got our good fats. Now, our whole food nutritionals, they're taking care of our nervous system. Our good fats, did I just get confused? They're taking care of our immune system and our digestive system, but also then we've got our good fats. We all know that we should be having essential fatty acids. What I love about the ones that we have in our program is they're vegan, they're plant-based, which means no fish are hurt, and the ocean certainly is not damaged from fish oils that are out there. The other thing is you don't have that fishy aftertaste and worry about heavy metals or anything like that. They go straight to the plant source, and so getting a beautiful blend of 3, 6, and 9. And good fats are essential for our health and well-being in so many different ways. And then the last thing, which this is integral, any of the stories that I'm sharing with you tonight, these before and after photos, those clients were on both the whole food capsules that I just shared and our beautiful, this light's a bit bright, I'm sorry, our beautiful plant-based whole food smoothies. Now, these are amazing. A lot of people, and it's the name of our movie, are overfed and undernourished. And you'll fill your belly, so you're not hungry anymore, but you're not actually nourishing your body. So a cup of coffee and a piece of toast as you run out the door for the day, or some empty cereal with some milk and sugar on top, is not the fuel your body needs to start the day well. These are a blend of 20 different whole foods. You've got things in here like alfalfa, pumpkin, there's amazing things like rice protein, amaranth, all these beautiful grains. They are so yummy. They're so tasty. They're vegan, dairy-free, gluten-free. Kids, athletes, mamas, pregnant mamas, anyone can be taking them. And they're a beautiful way to flood your body with whole foods and nourish your belly, not just fill it. So what we find is if people do need to lose some weight, the products definitely help the body detox and do that. And for those that are actually needing to gain weight or they want to shred and bulk up, they help with that too. So it's not a weight loss product by any means, but it's about giving the body what it needs so it can thrive and do its best. So some other amazing stories we have. Tash, she lost 4 kilos, amazing. However, the big transformation was in her skin and her anxiety. So at only 16 years old, she was also having issues with endometriosis. I noticed some really beautiful changes with her cycle as well. And she did this challenge with her mama. So I love that families are doing this together and really transforming side by side. It's so powerful to see this. Jacqueline, 12 kilos. And, she's a new mama herself. She wanted to be a beautiful role model to her daughter. Her iron levels changed. Her asthma under control as well, back and neck not hurting, and then also seeing a change in her anxiety, hair, skin, and nails. So just thinking, what is happening in people's health and lifestyle that is coming from daily habits that if they just start to shift and make consistent change over time, the body can start to heal and function at its best. Another amazing story, Kerry, she lost 6.8 kilos, 53 centimeters, which was incredible. Yes, she lost some weight, but a big thing for her was her irritable bowel, her bloating, and also she had a lot of joint pain and issues. You can see in the before and after photos there of her hands, her knuckles and joints in her hands were really quite swollen. So this was big for her with her rheumatoid arthritis. And again, what we see for a lot of people, their lifestyle is actually quite inflammatory. And so the choices that they're making on a daily basis actually contribute to what's going on. And we know with our whole food nutritionals that it helps reduce inflammation in the body.
Yeah, with Kerry, there's a good point there. She said, I'm craving more fruit and vegetables.
Yeah.
So if you think about if you've ever had a period where you're having coffee, then you rely on it. Because it's not your cells who are craving it, it's the little bacteria that form you. There's more bacteria in your body than cells, and that's your microbiome. And so what you feed it consistently is then what it starts to crave. It will adapt to that. And so what we see, and especially with children, we call it crowding out the crap. By nature, we don't like to change. We don't like to stop. As soon as you say you can't have the chocolate, you can't stop thinking about, I want the chocolate. All right. Whereas if you keep having the chocolate, that's fine. Keep having the alcohol, do that to start with. And as you start taking the products and you flood your body with what it needs, it starts to crowd out the crap. And then you're going to start to change your palate. You're going to start to change that microbiome, and then you'll start craving the good things. And that's what we talk about with being a sustainable change. It's not about willpower going, I can do this for 6 weeks. This is your on-ramp for the rest of your life.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think we've got one more or two more stories. So Christy, amazing transformation as well. She wasn't sleeping that well. She was tired all the time, no patience or energy. And now she's up for her kids each morning, actually having time for herself, which is so powerful, and making big changes, for the family. And, she's a fitter, stronger, happier, healthier mom and friend. How cool is that? Like, we get to show up as a better version of ourselves when we're thriving on the inside, which is so powerful. I think there was one more story I wanted to show, possibly. I could be wrong. Yeah, Colin, another guy getting in the zone and wanting to shred. Now, I think some people would look on the left and go, oh, he was in pretty good shape. But, he lost 10 pounds and he shredded and built muscle, which is amazing. So, again, depending on if you need to gain weight or you want to build muscle, or if you want to lose weight or maintain where you're at, but improve your well-being, everyone has a place in this 6-week transformation. We get to take you on what your next right step is.
There's something that was in there that reminded me. So
Okay.
Colin, he got injured.
He did. Sorry.
And so he couldn't really move a lot, and he still had those changes. And I feel like 80% of the game is nutrition.
Yeah.
So if you've been trying to just work your little butt off, it's not going to work your butt off.
Yeah.
All right. If you start fueling yourself properly, your body will get back to a nice set point of what's healthy for you. Okay. So yes, you do need to move ideally, but if you're just like, I'll work it off, I'll have the chocolate, I'll just do an extra session tomorrow, doesn't quite work that way.
Yeah.
And so we'll go into that into more detail as you progress through the challenge.
Yes. So what's included for getting started within this 6-week transformation? It begins February 1st, but if you're watching this webinar at a later date, we do hold our transformations 3 times through the year, so the date might have changed from when you're watching this right now. You receive your whole food nutritionals. There's at-home workouts, there's gym programs, there's meditation and mindset like we shared earlier. You'll get amazing whole food recipes and that supportive environment, which is so important because, like we were saying before, if you don't have that, it's really easy to get off track and off course. And so I just want to share with you, this is our hub where all of our support is. And you'll see in here, we've got 5-minute workouts. We've got at-home workouts. We've got gym workouts. So depending on what life looks like for you right now, we've got yoga and Pilates and stretching and flexibilities and all of our amazing recipes and things in here too. So there's lots of ways in which we can support you regardless of where you are at. On your journey, amazing recipes and guides that you're able to download as well. So, the support is there. You gain actual lifetime access to all of our program as well. And let's face it, it's not 6 weeks and go back to your old ways. We have a long-term view and a vision for your health on where you can be in 1 year from now and 3 years from now. For me, I want to be aging and getting healthier as I age, not the other way around. And you have that ability to really transform your health and well-being, showing up as a better mama, potential parent, a great auntie, a partner, a grandparent, wherever you might be in your journey of life. And you've got that ability to take the next right step in your health and vitality. So did you want to add anything else at all, Anthony?
You just had some recipes and stuff.
I did. So here's some. We talk about not going without. Like we said, you can have the chocolate, but we're going to show you better ways, better recipes, plant-based, less processed foods ways. So you probably got your sweet treats and things that you love. We'll show you how to have something similar, but that is just as delicious, but so much more healthier for you. So these are just a few examples of some of the beautiful recipes that we have within the program. So the next thing is, we really encourage you to connect with the person who's invited you to tonight's webinar or the recording of this, so that you can learn more about which package is going to suit you best, which of our whole food nutritionals are going to suit you best with your health goals and also your budget to be able to get started on. And you want to place your order as quickly as you can, because then you want to have those products in your hands come the time that our transformation challenge begins. Once we get started, you'll be invited into our customer community, our Facebook community, where all the resources are there. We've got the eating guides, the workout plans. We've got some pre-challenge testing that we want you to do, so you can actually have a benchmark to go, well, where have I come from and what have I achieved over time? Often it's really easy for us to not look how far we've come, and we really love the community and the way people share their wins, their challenges, their frustrations, because it's so powerful, because your story will probably inspire someone else along their own journey too.
Yeah, and that testing, it's functional. There's a whole range of things. There's one thing I wanted to add, and that is most people, they look at their health and then they'll put a cap on a budget of, I'd be prepared to pay this much.
Yeah.
What I love about this program is we're going to help you look at your shopping trolley and go, what are you putting in the trolley that's not contributing to the goals that you just set?
Yeah.
And you're going to actually realize I'm spending money on things that are going contrary to my goals. Or what are you putting in your mouth that's not part of your goals? And then with that money that we free up, you'll be able to use that to invest into your health with the products.
Yeah.
And so most people end up saving money with this. They save money by how to use their whole foods and not end up with that vegetable graveyard. And so there's a whole bunch of things in there that I know that sometimes that becomes the sticking point for people. And the great thing with this program is it's not a factor.
Yeah.
There's going to be a way that we can help you with whatever budget you have to be a part of the transformation.
Absolutely. So we're really excited to kick things off February 1. We do have a rolling start though. So if you're watching this a little bit later, the last day that you can officially start this current challenge is the 15th of February. And we also have three cash prizes up for grabs for the three most powerful transformations, one being a body transformation, one being a health transformation, and one being a family transformation. So we encourage you to take photos of before photos of your body, of your skin conditions, of your health challenges, of your family, of your pantry, whatever it might be, of your fridge, and actually take before and after photos and show the transformation that you have. And you'll be up for, being able to win one of those cash prizes at the end of our transformation challenge as well. So there's so much in store. If you have any questions, please connect back with the person that has shared tonight's webinar with you. And we look forward to helping you really transform your health and vitality from now and the future. Thanks, everyone. Good night.